Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 39 of Kishkindha Kanda. In the previous chapter, we saw Sugriva associated with his great leaders from the army of Vanaras. He proceeded towards Rama and fall at his feet, asking for the mercy. And then Rama lifted him up, embracing him. He also told him that involving in the sensual pleasures will always spoil a monarch and need to be very careful. And this is the time, with the arrival of autumn season, to set out for an expedition in search of Sita. And then Sugriva started narrating him how all his forces are arriving at Ravana hill just outside Kishkinda in order to please Rama, and that whole army will be at the service of Rama. Thus spoke Sugriva, standing with joined palms before Rama, and that most virtuous of men, taking him in his arms, embraced him, saying, "It is no wonder that Indra sends the rain, nor that the sun with his thousand rays dispel the darkness from the sky. O my dear one, nor that the moon by its brilliance makes the night clear, nor that your equals create the happiness of their friends. O scourge of your enemies, to find nobility of character in you is not strange. I know you by the affectionate tenor of your speech. With your support, O my friend, I shall vanquish all my enemies on the battlefield. You are my ally and should assist me. To his own destruction did that wild demon bear mightily away as Anukhlada carried away Shachi, having first deceived her father. In fact, this was another story that comes in the Puranas, where Shachi, who was having a deep love towards Indra, being herself the daughter of Puloma, who was a Daitya, the enemy of Indra, he was not ready to give his daughter Shachi in marriage to Indra. So, because of that reason, there was another demon called as Anukhlada who cheated Puloma and he convinced him and carried away Shachi. And immediately on knowing that, Indra attacked both Anukhlada and Puloma, and he killed both of them and took charge of Shachi and married her. For long I shall pierce Ravana with my sharp arrows, as Shatakratu, that slayer of his enemies, slew the haughty father of Paulomi, that is, the haughty father of Shachi, because she is called as Paulomi, being herself daughter of Puloma. At that moment, darkness covered the firmament and veiled the fiery brilliance of that orb of a thousand rays. Pall of dust hung over all regions, and the earth with its mountains, forests, and woods trembled. The entire earth was covered with innumerable monkeys, resembling kings of men, and who, having sharp teeth, were gifted with great strength. In the twinkling of an eye, those foremost of monkeys, surrounded by troops numbering hundreds of crores, endowed with extreme energy, roaring like thunder, gathered from the rivers, mountains, and seas, with others who inhabited the forest. Monkeys, the color of the rising sun, are white like the moon, or the tint of lotus stamens, and are pale, having their home on the golden mountain, appeared in tens of thousands in attendance on that renowned and valiant monkey Shatabali. Then the puissant father of Tara, who resembled a golden hill, that is Sushena, appeared at the head of many thousand crores. Thereafter, the father of Ruma, father in law of Sugriva, who resembled the filaments of a lotus and was like a youthful sun, arrived accompanied by other thousands of crores of monkeys. and that foremost of monkeys, Kesari, Hanuman's illustrious father, appeared in company with many thousands of monkeys, and Gavaksha, king of Golangolas, endowed with dreadful power, came surrounded by millions of monkeys. Dhumra, also the destroyer of his enemies, advanced with 200 bears endowed with terrific speed. Thereafter, the leader of the herds, Panasha, of exceeding prowess, came, accompanied by 3 million mighty and dreadful warriors, and he was followed by Nila of immense stature, who resembled a mass of collyrium with 10 crores of monkeys, and bright as a golden mountain, the heroic Gavaya arrived with 5 crores of monkeys, and in his devotion to Sugriva, the brave chief Darimuka brought 1,000 crores. Thereafter, the two powerful Ashwini Putras, Mainda and Divida, presented themselves with 1,000 million monkeys. The brave warriors Gaja conducted an army of 3 crores of monkeys, and the illustrious king of the bears called Jambavan came at the head of 10 crores, placing himself under Sugriva's command. The renowned Ramana followed with 100 crores of intrepid monkeys in all cases. 100,000 monkeys followed Gandhamadana, and an infinite number were under the command of Prince Angada, who, like his father, was full of courage. Thereafter, shining like a star, came Tara of supreme valor, accompanied by 5 crores of monkeys from a great distance, and there followed Indrajanu, a brave and skillful general, who in his turn presented himself at the head of 11 crores, and also Rambha with a ayuta of soldiers, and there followed the monkey leader Durmukha, that valiant one full of phenomenal courage, with 2 crores of monkeys resembling the peaks of Mount Kailasa. Hanuman himself was accompanied by thousands of monkeys, and the supremely brave Nala was followed by the inhabitants of the woods to the number of 100, 1,000, and 100 monkeys. The fortunate Adhimuka was escorted by 10 crores of monkeys, and with loud shouts took his place beside Sugriva. The Sharabha, Kumuda, Vahni, and Rambha came, those monkeys who were able to change their shape at will, with their forces of incalculable numbers, covering the entire earth, its mountains and forests. All the monkeys inhabiting the earth gathered round Sugriva, leaping, gambolling, and roaring, and those Plavangamas surrounded Sugriva like massed clouds around the sun. Full of courage and money and full of courage and energy, they gave voice to repeated shouts of acclamation, bowing their heads in salutations to the king of Vanaras. Others, the leaders of armies, according to tradition, approached the king and stood by his side with joined palms. And Sugriva, standing in extreme devotion before Rama, informed him of the arrival of the monkeys, and then addressed his generals who were burning with zeal, saying, O chief of monkeys, O chiefs of Vanaras, station your forces duly on the mountain, near hills, in the woods, and let each ascertain the exact number of his troops. Thus ended chapter 39 of Kishkindha Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye. ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶ ಶಾರದಾ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ ರಾಮಾಯ ರಾಮಭದ್ರಾಯ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಾಯ ವೇಧಸೆ Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Patage Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 41 of Kishkindha Kanda. In the previous chapter, we have seen Sugriva, after having assembled the entire armies of the Vanaras, had divided four parts, four teams out of it, and sent the first team towards the east under the commandship of Vinata, and he gave them all the geographical details regarding the eastern side from the east of Bharata right up to the Udayachala mountain, probably the land of rising sun like Japan. Then he makes the next team, which he had sent it to the southern region. Having sent away that mighty host of monkeys to the east, Sugriva dispatched another well tried army to the south, appointing Angada leader of those heroic monkeys. That hero, the lord of the monkey band, conversant with the countries that had to be explored, sent out those endowed with speed and valor, Nila, the son of Agni, and the monkey Hanuman, the exceedingly energetic Jambavan, Suhotra, and Shar, Sharagulma, Gaja, Gavaksha, Gavaya, Sushena, Vrishabha, Mainda, Dvivida, Gandhamadana, Ulukamuka, and Ananga, the two sons of Hutashana, and the kings of the monkeys began to describe those regions that were difficult of access to those Simeon chiefs, saying, because these are the regions which are to the southern part of the Bharata, which is basically called as Deccan Plateau, which is full of the hilly terrain. You will first behold the Vindhya ranges possessing 100 peaks covered with trees and shrubs of every kind, and the enchanting river Narmada, frequented by mighty serpents, and the wide and charming stream Godavari, with its dark reeds and the captivating Krishnaveni, the regions of Mekhalas and Utkala, and the city of Darshana Dasharna also, Pravanti and Avanti, Vidarbhas and Nishtikas, and the charming Mahishakas. You will see to the Matsyas, Kalingas, Kaushikas, where you should reach for the princess, and the Gandaka forest with its mountains, rivers, and cavern, and Godavari, because there may be possibilities that since Rama had destroyed the in the Dandaka forest, since he destroyed the Janasthana, though Ravana had objected Sita, he might have placed her somewhere in the nearby region itself. So they are covering those areas of Dandaka forest also. Also examine the districts of Andhras, Poundras, and Cholas, Pandyas, and Keralas. Then repair to the Ayomukha mountain, rich in ore with its marvelous peaks and flowering woodlands. That mountain, possessing lovely forests of sandalwood, should be carefully searched by you. Thereafter, you will behold that divine river of pure waters, the Kaveri, rendered gay by troops of apsaras. On the summit of the mighty mountain Malaya, bright as the sun, you will behold Agastya, the foremost of rishis. By the permission of that high souled one, you will cross over the great river Tamraparni, abounding in crocodiles, ravishing forests of sandalwood traverse the islands of these waters flowing to the sea, which resemble a youthful bride going to meet her lover. Proceeding further, O monkeys, you will see the golden gates set with pearls of the city of the Pandyas. Then, in order to ensure the success of your enterprise, you will approach the sea and ascertain your ability for crossing it. In the center of the ocean, Agastya has set that foremost of mountains, Mahendra. Its slopes covered with trees, entirely made of gold, it extends deep into the waters, the abode of gods, rishis, yakshas, and apsaras. thronged by innumerable siddhas and charanas, and of surpassing loveliness. It is visited by the thousand-eyed god at each new moon. On the other side of the sea is an island 400 miles in length, inaccessible to men and splendid to look upon. Search there with particular care. It is the abode of the wicked Ravana. That's basically that island is called as Lanka during those days, and even today. So it is the abode of the wicked Ravana who merits death, the lord of the Titans in splendor equal to Indra himself. However, yet Sugriva is not sure whether it is the same Ravana who had abducted Sita or not. That's why he is asking them to search in his land also. In the middle of the ocean dwells the female titan named Angaraka, who procures her prey by seizing the shadow of those who fly in the air. Later in Sundarakanda, we will see Hanumanta will come across her and he will slay her. And when she was slayed, Siddhas and Charanas used to say Simhika was slayed, whereas here Sugriva named her as Angaraka. Your doubts are at rest. Such there for the your doubts at rest, such there for the consort of that king of men whose glory is limitless. Beyond that island in the sea there rises a lovely hill on which celestial beings dwell called Pushpitaka, bright as the rays of the sun or moon, lapped by the waves of the ocean, whose peak seems to pierce the heavens. Of these, one all golden, on which the day's orb lingers, the ungrateful and unbeliever may not behold. Inclining your heads to that peak, offer salutations and search on. After this, you will come to another mountain difficult to access named Suryavan, extending over 14 yojanas, and beyond this, the mountain Vidyuta, evergreen with trees bearing every desirable fruits in all seasons. These may be the mountains in the ocean which led to the islands like Lakshadweep, Maldives, and others. Beyond this, the mountain Vaidyuta, evergreen with trees bearing every desirable fruit in all seasons, partaking of these delectable fruit and roots, and drinking the honey, pass on, O Vanaras. Beyond, there is a mountain Kunjara which delights the eye and heart. There, Vishwakarma constructed the abode of Agastya extending over 4 miles. This stately golden edifice, adorned with many kinds of gems, rises to the height of 10 yojanas. There also is the city of Bhogavati, the abode of serpent race, with spacious streets incapable of being captured, guarded by formidable snakes and sharp-toothed, highly poisonous serpents, where the dread king of serpents Vasuki dwells. Search that city with care in every hidden place, whosoever it may be. Going beyond, you will find the beautiful Rishabha mountain in the form of a bull filled with gems, where excellent Goshiraka, Padmaka, and Harishama trees, and those possessing the brilliance of fire are seen. Approaching the sandalwood forest, by no means should you enter there, for a certain Gandharvas named Rohita protects it with 5 other celestial beings, resplendent as the sun, named Shailusha, Gramani, Shiksha, Shuka, and Babru. Thereafter, you will see the retreat of those ascetics whose splendor resembles the sun, moon, and fire. This is the end of the earth, where those who have won the heavenly regions dwell. Beyond is the dread abode of the Pitras, which is inaccessible. There, death has a city. It is the Yama has a city enveloped in abysmal gloom. O bulls among monkeys, pursue your explorations thus far. But those who go beyond will never return because the area beyond that is a vast Indian Ocean. Of course, today we know that there is another continent there named as Antarctica. We do not know how it was named in those days. Having searched all those regions which are accessible to you, seeking for some trace of the princess, he who shall return within a month saying, I have seen Sita, will pass his days in happiness, enjoying prosperity equal to mine. In the midst of every delight, none will be dearer to me. I shall cherish him as a relative, and however great the number of his faults, he will become my friend. Your strength and vigor are immeasurable, and you are born in families endowed with great qualities. Strive manfully, therefore, to find the princess. Set forth on this mission of supreme importance and demonstrate your heroism. Thus ended chapter 41 of Kishkindha Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Bye.